And we have returned. Welcome back to the stream, everybody, and welcome to you, Rolls. Yes, it is indeed the triumphant return of Retro Sunday after I feel like over a month. But, yeah, that right there was Dracula's Castle. It's the reorchestration of the, well, Dracula's Castle theme from Symphony of the Night off of the Smash Bros. Ultimate soundtrack. And we're going to be hearing that song pretty soon, because today is the day I'm going to start Symphony of the Night for the PS1. Specifically, to prove to you that I have it, there it is right there. Boom. Kind of got like a pretty bad glare going on there, but, yeah, there it is. So yeah, I feel like I'm going to carry on with this. I've been meaning to play Symphony of the Night, well, ever since I got the ability to stream from my PS1. And, yeah, I feel like now is as good a time as any to do it. I'm not going to give you too much of a rundown of this one, because, I mean, everybody knows Symphony of the Night, I'm sure. But, Symphony of the Night is a game that was released. I thought I had this info open, but apparently I closed it. Because, why not? I really need a better screen setup than the one I have. Okay, so the game was released, March 20th, 1997. Well, in reality, it was probably released... Yeah, it was released in Japan on March 20th, 1997, but it was released in North America on October the 2nd of the same year. So hey, it basically was a Halloween game, go figure. And the interesting thing is that it was very critically well received, but it didn't sell very well when it was first released, which is interesting considering what a classic it's considered nowadays. But the reason why is because you gotta remember the time frame when this game was released. It was when the N64 and the PlayStation had come out, and the Dreamcast was already out too at this point, I think. So, like, you know, 3D gaming, like 3D models, 3D graphics was a big thing, and if you're old enough, you'll remember that there were a lot of people who simply did not give a shit about 2D games once the advent of 3D games happened. So this is why that Castlevania Symphony of the Night wasn't marketed very well, and why it didn't sell very well when it first came out. However, due to its fairly high critical reception and positive word of mouth, it eventually ended up selling, I think, 700,000 units or something, I believe. It said on the thing is when it sold, like the max it sold throughout its PS1 run. So, you know, it did very well. It basically became what you'd call a sleeper hit, which is hilarious considering, you know, how big of a game it is. Yes, we all thought the N64 was the pinnacle of graphic achievement. I sure did. Mario 64 blew my mind when I first played it as a kid. And, I mean, to be honest, it's still a game that is really, really good today. It's just obviously the graphics are not quite as... If I had a time machine of all the things I could do with it, the biggest waste I can think of is to just take a Switch and Mario Odyssey and show it to my... How old would I have been then? 1997? I would have been 9. Show it to my 9-year-old self. Because, like, look at this! And then I would have erased myself from the timeline because I would have died because my brain would have melted out of my ears because of the awesomeness of it. That's exactly what would have happened. This is why you don't time travel, kids. This is why you don't time travel. Brain melting. It's exactly it. So yeah, we're gonna get into some Symphony of the Night. Hopefully everything goes fine. Because last night, just as we went to bed, the power got knocked out because we had... like, instance of dry lightning. Which, well, it did not remain dry for much longer, because we had the lightning, knocked out power in most of the communities around the city. Not for too long in most places. And then it opened up and poured. Like, it was the most rain I'd seen in quite some time. And it's clouding over pretty badly out there right now, so I don't know, we might get it again. The thing that's not fair about this is I remember when I was streaming yesterday, I talked about how humid and sticky and gross it was yesterday. I was assuming, with the way the weather broke last night, that the humidity would have been gone. And there was a nice cool air coming in through the window after all the rain was done. But it was just as friggin' humid when I woke up this morning. So I don't know, maybe we need another good storm to break that, and then maybe it'll be okay. Supposedly the weather's supposed to be cooler next week, which people are not too happy about, but I sure as hell am. Oh, there's actually a couple of reviews for the game on the back of this, because this is a, PlayStation Greatest Hits copy. It's like, mind-blowing 32-bit special effects. This is Konami at their best. EGM, November 96. Castlevania is a blast. The soundtrack resounds with synthesized and orchestrated music. GamePro, May 97. A huge game. If you think you've seen it all, you haven't. Game Fan, April 97. I can't help but think that last review from Game Fan is probably a cheeky little reference to the twist that happens partway through this game. So you're looking forward to roughly a month and a half from now when it's hoodie weather. Like, my favorite type of weather is when it's warm, but it's still cool enough that you can comfortably wear a coat. That's the way I like it. Oh, also there's an ad for Silent Hill on the back of the booklet. Never did play Silent Hill. That's a game series I've never gotten into. Maybe that'll be something else for a Retro Sunday. I also love booklets, by the way. The art of the video game booklet has sadly died these days. But, let's see. I like how they have a thing in here called Controlling the Horror. That's how they explain how you use the controls. I'm just going to turn off the monitor for now because it's got a bit of a blue thing going on. Yeah, see, and they've got like little character profiles. Like there's one there for Alucard, there's one there for Richter. Oh, here we go. I must read you the story. On the sad realities of everything in all games going digital, no more physical media, ain't that the truth? But yeah, they give you like a little prologue here. I can't recall if this is actually in the game or not, but let's see if I can give you a dramatic reading of it. Let's see. Prologue. It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the Dark Priest Shaft. That's right. The Dark Priest Shaft was the main villain of Rondo of Blood, the game that came before this. He's a complicated man. No one understands him but Dracula, I guess. However, one night 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. With no idea where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard. The very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, had submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake, and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has come once again for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna end up reading some more of this stuff because why not? Because they even give you, like, there are the character profiles. So characters. Alucard. Real name, Adrian Fahrenheit's Tepish. Age estimated to be 400 years old. The offspring of an unnatural union between Count Dracula and a human woman, Alucard possesses inhuman strength and dark magical powers. His weapon of choice is a sword, and he uses a variety of them to serve his needs. He is an adept shapeshifter, commonly using the forms of wolf, bat, and mist to confuse and terrify his opponents. Alucard also relies heavily on ancient relics and magical items to perform elaborate magical attacks. He's a magic man! And then there's Richter Belmont. Stupid, stupid Richter. I don't know why I hate Richter so much, I just do. Age 24. Every generation of the Belmont clan has produced tougher, more dedicated vampire hunters. Yet Richter stands above all others. He's not better than Solomon or Trevor, the jerk. Brandishing the legendary sacred whip which so many of his predecessors wielded, this hot-blooded youth pushed Dracula to the brink. Then, with an almost indestructible will to survive and emerge victorious, Richter defeated Dracula in a massive battle 5 years ago. However, he has been missing for a year, vanishing mysteriously under the light of a full moon. So, nothing good ever happens on a full moon, apparently. It was a terrible night to have a curse, I presume. And we have Maria Renard, age 17. As Richter's sister-in-law, Maria is not a Belmont by blood, but she has the fiery determination of a vampire hunter coursing through her veins. She aided Richter 5 years ago in the defeat of Dracula and has vowed to find him now that he has vanished. Shortly after beginning her search, however, the ancient Castlevania returned to the earthly plane. Fearlessly, she entered the castle alone. And then we have these goons. The retinue of Dracula's castle, including the man himself. Death. This evil spirit is an ally of Dracula's, which should come as a surprise to no one familiar with the Count's nocturnal activities. Yeah, him and Death are bros. Master Librarian. He is the keeper of the library in Dracula's castle. He has accumulated a wealth of knowledge over the centuries, and some special items, as well, which he will part with for a price. Count Dracula. Real name, Dracula Vlad Teresh. Age, estimated to be 800 years old. He has been known by many names through the ages, one of them also being Bitey Man, in case you forgot from my Circle of the Moon stream. The dreaded Bitey Man! I believe Alucard himself was a Licky Boy, wasn't he? But no matter what you choose to call him, even if it's Bitey Man, one truth remains: he is the embodiment of all that is dark and evil. He is the father of Alucard and master of Castlevania, the dark castle steeped in terror and black magic. It is said to appear on the human plane of existence once every 100 years. Though Richter destroyed Castlevania and its evil landlord 5 years ago, it has reappeared without warning. And then we have Lisa, Alucard's mother and Dracula's wife. She is the only woman Dracula has ever loved, yet for some reason he had chosen not to take away her human form and bring her over to the dark ranks of the vampire. She was a good, kind-hearted soul who was mistakenly executed as a witch for preparing medicine to help the sick. And then we just have, how the game works and such. But I also like how they have a page that's called Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Rules. Your Alucard, raging through you is the hunger and bloodlust of your vampire father and the gentle, emphatic compassion of your human mother. As you have tried to come to terms with that constant internal struggle, you have recognized an outer struggle as well, the need to destroy Castlevania and bury the demons both within the castle and within your soul. On your mission, you will discover ancient relics that will open new paths to you. Hidden weapons and magical items from a time long forgotten will be uncovered. Some weapons and items have restricted use. You must earn hurts to enable them. As your quest continues, you will encounter myriad monsters and dark forces who will challenge your progress. Every victory gives you experience, which yields power and strength. Gradually, you will be able to face and defeat stronger and stronger foes. When you receive damage, you lose some of your life force. Because you are half human, you can be defeated more easily than your father. If your life drains to 0, the start screen will reappear, and if you have saved a game in progress, you can resume play from the last save location. Thank you for explaining how save games work. But this is back in the day when it wasn't quite common knowledge, I presume. Anyway, now that I've read all that stuff, I think it's time to actually begin. Hopefully this is going to work out well. It's been a while since I've streamed a PlayStation 1 game. The only PlayStation 1 game I've ever streamed, actually, was Resident Evil 3. That iced coffee went, I went through that iced coffee a lot faster than I thought it would. I might need to go get some water in a moment. I feel like this is mostly grounds. That was the bottom of the jugs, so... Oh, remember the old Konami logo? Classic. Select your destiny. Oh, the funny thing is, I've actually played a tiny bit of this game to see if I can get it to work, but, the memory card I have is one that I bought used. There's actually a bunch of game files already on the memory card, including one that somebody called Bob made playing this game. That's the one I did, but I'm not sure what these other blocks are. I think I can actually check if I were to turn on the thing. Oh, your Keurig does that from time to time, doesn't puncture the pod correctly, and you get a mouthful of grinds. Yeah, I think the problem here is the particular, like, filter jug I have specifically for making iced coffee. The coffee grounds I put in it are so fine that they go through the mesh, and I think that's what the problem is. But anyway, we're going to play a new game. This game will also be labeled as Cap. Journey back to 1792 and the Transylvanian countryside of Romania. I was about to call that Journey back to 1992. Journey back to 1992, when Alucard was a big fan of, I don't know, MC Hammer, I guess? He was big back then, right? Although I feel like Alucard would be more of a Nirvana fan, to be honest. Or was 92 even too late for MC Hammer? Did he hit his zenith in the late 80s? I can't remember. Anyway, now I'm just picturing Alucard in Hammer pants, so there we are. I love how the castle slightly changes every time you see it, but it's always got that one area. The spot where you always fight Drac himself at the end of it. Final stage, Bloodlines. Oh, I forgot that he could do the whip thing that Simon could. At least in this game he could, anyway. I feel like that was kind of pointless. I shouldn't have done that. I don't think I've ever played Rondo of Blood, so maybe I'm too tough on Richter. Oh, here we go!
Die, monster!
Die, monster!
World.
It was not by my hand that I'm once again given flesh. I was called here by humans who wish to pay me tribute.
Tribute? You steal men's souls and make them your slaves.
Perhaps the same could be said of all religions.
Your
Deep.
words are as empty as your soul. Mankind ill needs a savior such as you.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
A miserable little pile of secrets. Ho ho ho. I completely forgot to mention how great the voice acting is in this game, if you're not familiar. I was summoned here by humans. Die, monster. See, you can actually get this game, I think, on the PlayStation Network, and it's been ported in a couple other places. Like, I think you can get it on the Switch, too. But the thing is, they've redone the dialogue, and it's not as cheesy anymore. And then what's the flippin' point, right? If you can't hear Dracula tell you that man is a miserable little pile of secrets, what's the use of playing the game? I feel like I shouldn't have used that. I should have saved that for the next part. Ow. I'm not sure. I think this might be the first game where they changed Dracula's character design so he looked more like... Well, I'm just going to say he looked more like Rob Zombie. Although I never did play Rondo of Blood, so maybe he already looked like that in 2. That's one bitchin' throne he's got back there, though. The man has style, I'll say that. I have no idea what he just said. I'm going to die in the opening thing, aren't I? I do like how they just basically throw you into a final boss battle. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the stream. That's right, no more playtime. Oh, wait, I didn't realize I could just do this. Am I invincible now? I think I'm invincible now.
It cannot be!
Who took that picture? Local man kills Dracula. What a scoop! It was Richter Belmont, the legendary vampire hunter, who succeeded in finally ending the menace of Count Dracula, Lord of the Vampires, who had been brought back from the grave by the dark priest, Shaft. However, one night 4 years later, under the glare of a full moon, Richter mysteriously vanished. No idea of where to begin her search, Maria Renard set out to look for him. It was then that fate intervened. Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, which is rumored to appear once every century, suddenly materialized from out of the mist, as if to show her the way. Meanwhile, powerful forces were struggling for the soul of a man named Alucard, the very same Alucard who had teamed up with Trevor Belmont to battle his immortal father, Count Vlad Tepes Dracula. Alucard, in order to purge the world of his own cursed bloodline, had submerged his vampiric powers and entered into what was supposed to be an eternal slumber. But now he is awake and aware of the evil once again at work in his homeland. The time has once again come for the forces of good and evil to engage in their ancient battle. Dracula's castle beckons for you, and no man can say who shall emerge victorious. I've already read all that in the manual, but, you know, okay, sure, why not? It's literally impossible to lose, to fail the starting fight. I'm sure I'd find a way. I have the power. Yes, once again, welcome to the stream, Joe. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Look at him go! He's running real fast! Like a certain blue hedgehog of yore. Alucard sword, mother's family heirloom. Alucard shield, strong versus all attacks. Frightens enemy, lowers defense. Resists fire, lightning ice. Black cape for vampires. Necklace of J. It is indeed a very iconic opening. I mean, when the game opens up with "Die, monster," and then Dracula starts debating religion with you. To steal men's souls and make them your slave. Perhaps the same could be said of all religion. Perhaps I'm just going to get mauled to death by zombies. Also, look at all this awesome gear I have. It'd be such a shame if I were to lose it somehow. Excuse me while I stand there and get attacked by bats. Merman! It's been a long time since I played this game, so I'm not going to remember everything I need to do, I'm sure. It did occur to me, though, like, you're relatively powerful at the beginning of the game, so I could just stick around here and level grind for a while. If I felt like it. I don't think you really need to do much level grinding in this game, though. It's challenging in parts, but I don't think it's as difficult as other Castlevania games are. At least in my hazy memories of it. You'd like to think Death just cosplays as Alucard in his off time. I mean, Death does seem to have a weird fascination with Dracula, so it would certainly track, in my opinion, that he would try to pretend to be a son. I could be a better son to you than your own.
Alucard, what is your business here?
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
You shall regret those words. We will meet again.
But first you need to be naked. Oh, my cool gear! Have a think about that. Yeah, Death is like, yeah, we're gonna meet again, and then he strips Alucard naked. Except for these guns. Also, it's nice to see that your father's been living up to his nickname there, Alucard. Mr. the Impaler himself. I like how I don't think there was much of like an after-image haze when you had Alucard's good gear, but now he's like just trailing shadows for some reason. Punch! Punch! Well, I've got a sword now. A common short sword. Yeah, this was the first Castlevania game to do a system like this. And then there were so many other games afterwards that just copied it, including all the other Castlevania games. Hell, I think even the Metroid games, which this is basically copying, started taking some stuff from this particular game setup, if I remember correctly. Well, that's much worse. Why would I want to equip that? In the Castlevania show, the Netflix one, there's a scene where Dracula is manipulating what seems to be the engine that allows the castle to teleport. And it looks exactly like this weird artifact here. That's exactly what it is. I don't know, I just think that's neat. Obtain the cube of Zoe. What am I doing with Zoe's cube? Causes items to materialize. Okay. I don't necessarily remember what that means, but cool. Oh, here's another lovely thing to note. In the hallway here, the engraving up top that just says CD. I think that's meant to indicate that these corridors were put in here specifically to ease loading times in the game. That's what that is. Oh! Ooh. Oh, no you don't. I wonder, can I... Oh wait, I don't need to, I can just do that. Ah, hide Kiris. Increase my not dying power. Where are you running from, boy? Just want to stab you a little. A leather shield. I mean, it's a good thing that Dracula basically seeds the castle with the items of his own demise. Makes things easier on all the adventurers who try to kill him, including his own son. I forgot how great the soundtrack of this game is. I feel like that was one of the things that the game was rather heavily praised for, and with good reason. Yeah, these weird-ass things. Oh, we're up. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's how that trick works. No, you don't. Although the question is, do I want to go that way first? Maybe not. Let's go this way. Yeah. Ow. My blood! He punched out all of my blood. Actually, scratch that. Let's actually see what's over here first. Shit, I've been poisoned. Wait, have I been poisoned? I don't seem to be losing any hit points. I don't know. Well, once I lose the glow of doom, we'll see. Hopefully I do lose the glow of doom. Oh, wait, I know what it is. It's not causing me to lose hit points, it's causing me to... And I don't have anything to cure it either. It's not causing me to lose hit points, it's causing me to do less damage. Shouldn't have taken that long to kill that thing. I think I'm good again now? I'm pretty sure I'm good. Cloth cape. Well made, but shabby looking. I don't know, I think it looks nice. You know, it's a simple thing too, but the fact that Alucard's appearance does change depending on what equipment he's wearing, it's a nice touch. Especially for a game as old as this one. I mean, hell, there's modern games that still don't do that. Yeah, that's definitely what whatever it did to me did. Causing me to do less damage. What? Alucard goes, what? Oh, I'm currently poisoned again, so that's fantastic. This'll fix that, though. Oh, actually it didn't fix that. Huh. I figured the save room would have cured all ailments, but it looks like it just brings back your health and leaves it at that. I'm pretty sure this is a boss. Let's explore a bit further first. Specifically, let's see if I can jump down to that ledge. Ooh, what's this? Magically sealed! Well, fuck you too, then. Maybe I will go fight that boss. Wait, is that the boss? I think it is. If it is, get ready to be disturbed, because it's not going to be pretty. Oh no, it's just Slogger and Gaibon. You know, just. Damn it. Ah. Okay, my shield. Luckily, my shield will protect me. Only if I actually use it, though. Oh no, he turned red. Excuse me while I run away from him, turn my back. I've got potions, right? I have a potion, right? Oh, I don't have any hearts left. Aha! Screw you! Slogra. Yeah, that one's Slogra. He's Gaibon. Well, I've just killed Death's bros. He's not going to be happy about that. This game is so remarkably bloody. That's something else I've forgotten about. See like alcove poked away over here somewhere? How do I get in there, I wonder? $100! I'm rich! Oh yeah, what do those do again? Oh, that's what that does. Okay, that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll hang on to that. Yeah, let's just keep going this way. Oh wait, am I gonna get caught by the Bone Man? $1! It's my lucky day. Wait, what's that one? Oh, pain powder is what that is. Ah, shit. Well, I got a potion, that's nice. I feel like I should backtrack all the same. This looks like it leads me deeper to the center of the castle, and I'd like to see where those other two areas will lead me. Damn it. Give him a little sting, just so he remembers me. If those things are even all that sentient. It's kind of up for debate, that is. You know, a sub-weapon, as far as sub-weapons go, that might not actually be even that useful of one. Really seems like it'd only help all that much in tight, confined quarters. Maybe when I get the ability to turn into mist, I can go in there. I'm not sure. Ah yes, the speedrun strat. Just keep sliding backwards, you'll be fine. Actually, let's go back and take the middle path. The thing I both love and hate about these types of games is that you can explore so much, but you can also get lost real easy. Oh, it's just a save room. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to take that opportunity to go get myself some water. I'll be right back. Well, you know, For that matter, I don't really have a lot of water either. Ugh. Must remain hydrated. So thirsty all the time. May as well stock up on cash for when I eventually meet the librarian too, come to think of it. What a lovely mystical sound that elevator made. Ooh, sunglasses! Now I can look cool as shit. Cool looking sunglasses. That lower my intelligence. I can't help but feel that that's some kind of social commentary. It does increase my defense, though. So I'm fine with that. Kaboom! Basilard. Basic short sword. It's not better than what I currently have. Although what if I dual wield? Aha, but it does have a really fast attack fast attack animation is what I was trying to say. That just plops me back down here, meaning I should head back around. As I said, I have gotten quite used to using my shield. Yeah, you know what, let's take the dagger. You know, it probably doesn't look too bad in the stream because I've specifically sized the recording window so it's more or less the accurate proportions. But the screen I'm playing this on is kind of stretched, so it's sort of hard for me to tell where the openings are in the map. I'm sure I'll be able to muddle along just fine though. Excuse me while I rapidly stab you to death. Behold the stabbeth! As that awful joke from that Double Dragon game would say. Save room. I think that door over there was sealed by a magic barrier. I don't know if I'll be able to get past it now. I think I do need to do something specific to unlock that, as opposed to just beating a boss. Let's find out, shall we? Yeah. I get more items, at least. Though I'm full up on hearts. Now we slide! I really like how fast this thing stabs. Yeah, let's go up. Still feel like I'm missing something over there, I just don't know how to get to it. Here we have Alucard turning into a regular Norman Bates. Ouch. Ouch. And behind this door is... the Marble Gallery. Fancy lanterns. So many hearts that I just don't need. Not yet, anyway. Money! Take the money. Fleeman! Stabbing that one Fleeman to death was apparently all it took. I've increased my stabbing power.
Wait a moment. You seem human, and yet, what do you here?
I've come
What
to
do
destroy
you
this
here?
castle.
Then we have the same purpose. I'll trust you for now. I'm Maria. Who are you?
Alucard.
Not the talkative type, I can see. Well, perhaps we'll meet again. If you live that long. Farewell.
Not that friendly, are you? I like how that path opened and then closed again. Let's explore this way again. See where the bottom path leads. Maybe I just want to stab more Fleeman. Sick bastard that I am. Oh no! The furniture! I thought you were able to actually sit on some of the furniture in this game, although maybe it's only a specific room you can do that. Oh no, the bones! Okay, we need some rapid fire stabbing. I have a bone to make with you! Which is, I'm sure, a joke I've used the last time I played a Castlevania game. I'd like to get up there, I just can't. Ah! Oh, these things. I remember them from Circle of the Moon. I think they can curse me. I can move forward ever so slightly while I'm stabbing with that. Behold, a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. That's a neat trick. I can't quite get up there either. I have to wait until I can get, say, some kind of double jump ability, I guess. Oh, that's creepy. Stop that. I don't like it. Obtain the Spirit Orb. What does that do? Shows enemy damage. Okay. I mean, that's not 100% useful, but it's okay. I'm still gonna take him. Just need money, damn it. Oh, you're a big boy. You're a big boy who doesn't like getting stabbed in the kneecaps. I can't imagine I'd be too fond of it either, so I can't say anything. I think I broke him. You okay there, buddy? You need a pep talk? Okay, there we go. That's all the pep talk he needs. I don't know what happened. The other two didn't cower in fear. It's those little spirit dudes. Ow. Oh crap, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them and they make weird noises. Leave me alone. Yeah, screw it. Let's keep the dagger for now. I feel like... I was going to say I feel like this is a bad idea, and it looks like I was right. Death number 1. Let us go out this evening for pleasure. The night is still young. It's an interesting game over message. Thank you for that. When's the last time I saved? I like how my current save icon is a steak. Okay, this is where I saved last. Well, the only thing that was really down there that I picked up of note was that relic that lets me see enemy damage, and I don't know if that's really all that fantastic, so let's not go down there yet. Let's leave the scary demon man alone. Let's go this way. Come back when I'm better equipped. I think all these clocks are pointing at different times. That's terribly unuseful. Impractical is what it is. No. Dagger. I've destroyed Dracula's $100 table. Wait, what's that? Oh, it's a stopwatch. Well, there aren't any giant fuck-off demons over this way, so I think I've chosen the right direction. Yeah, sure, that's kind of cool. Let's keep that. Well, the dagger's already disappeared, so... I like how I keep second-guessing myself on where I should go next. Let's see what's up here first. Oh yeah, this guy. Forgot about this guy. I shall advance as a flurry of blades! Oh, well that was kind of pointless now, wasn't it? Yeah, magic. And what's beyond here? Oh yeah, this thing! This, whatever the fuck it is. The hideous creature that shows off a little bit of butt cleavage. But only when you damage it. Wait, do you see that? There's a giant floating eyeball back there. I don't know that I've ever noticed that before. I see you. There it is again. What the hell is that? Oh, I've gone the whole breadth of the castle. Interesting. Long ass corridor. Oh, this is going to be problematic, I feel. A giant petrification plant that screams like a cat. No, I still like my book, thanks. Where are we now? Ah, the outer wall. I got myself a pretty ring. Sparkling ring. Saleable. It doesn't do anything. Except be something I should sell, I guess. A more somber version of Dracula's castle theme. Question is this the way I should be going? I haven't seen a save room in a while. Oh. It's like the game heard me. Data saved. Have to bug the cat. Hold on now, let's see if I can... See, there she is. Boop. Boop. There. Now that we've had the obligatory cat scene. She looked too comfortable, I had to annoy her. What's happening? Oh wait, is this the shadow battle? The shadow battle, you heard me. Shadow battle. Yes, I have to fight myself now. Frig off, me! I don't know if I'm going to be able to beat myself, come to think of it. Oh, I do have another potion, though. Excellent. Haha, take that, me! What a therapeutic way to take out my own self-loathing. Ah, Gladius. Sword of Ancient Rome. Still like my short stabby fellow, so I'll keep that equipped on the other hand. Oh, well that sucks. I don't don't think I'm going to be able to, I don't think I'm going to be able to go over there and get that urn, so just ignore it for now. I probably wouldn't be able to reach that until I get, like a double jump ability or what have you. And then I could double jump. Soundtrack in this game is so good! Just thought I'd mention it again because the song's great. Oh god, it's Donkey Kong! Oh, DK, what'll they do to you? Oh yeah, the firing team. The Musket Boys. I won't. Alas, I cannot yet have it. Shit, Medusa heads! I feel like I might be going the wrong way. Although he's dead now, so that's fine. Got a couple of alternative areas I can explore, but not yet. Is there a door down here? Oh yeah, that door. Never mind. Keep on trucking, you crazy vampire lad. Elevator activated. Cool. What elevator? Or is it the Hellevator? Is it this one? It'd be cool if it was this one. I think it is this one. Ha! Perfect. Obtain Soul of Wolf. Transform into a wolf. Thing is, I can't remember how to do that. I think they do tell you how to do it in the manual. Because that's the weird thing about this, is that I think you can activate Alucard's transformations in sort of a, Oh wait, no. I was certain there were certain things you had to do like a button combination for. Almost like a fighting game. But yeah, if I hit the R2 button, I'll turn into a wolf. And then I bark. I don't think I very often use Alucard's shape-shifting abilities, though. Usually only just for the times I need them. I'm sure that guy will be fine. Come on, I can make it to that urn, I'm sure. Okay, no, I didn't jump soon enough. And leap! Okay, you know what? Screw it. Come back for it later. Maybe it's nothing important. I may as well go into one of these several doors I've just bypassed. Let's start from the bottom and work our way up, I guess. Ow. Ow. Under the assumption the game would probably expect me to go into the lower ones first. Therefore, maybe it's less likely the things in there are going to murder me. Probably not the case, but one can dream. Ah, DK! DK, please! Alright, this is the lowest door, I believe. Be cool if it leads me to the library. Nice if I can find the librarian. There we are! Oh yeah, that's right. Lunge. No, you can't duck, because they lunge. Damn. He was too quick for me. A classy place, all dirtied up by flea men stink. Has the symphony of the nighting coming alonging? Pretty good, pretty good. I only died once so far, so that's a plus. Well, I mean, you know, twice I suppose if you count me killing my own doppelganger, but you know, screw him, he's a jerk. Ah, Fleeman! These goddamn Shakespearean skeletons are a bit of an annoying enemy to try to fight, though, come to think of it. They move very erratically, and they have a pretty long lunge. Oh, it's these things. Shit, I've been cursed. Ah, damn. I've only got a single uncursed thing, too. I really don't like fighting these things. Oh, I think I've got a phone call. 1 second there, folks. Okay, sorry about that. Where was I? There we go. Cool. Oh, thank God, I killed it. I thought for certain it was gonna immediately hit me after I used the uncursed potion. Oh, there's a shit! Ah! Well, I got no choice but to run, because I can't fight back. I remember those enemies being very annoying in, Circle of the Moon. Thankfully, the curse doesn't seem to last very long. Yeah, fuck books! Unfortunately, Alucard could not read. A very roundabout way to kill that thing. think the librarian might be over here, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think he might be in here. Maybe? There he is!
It's been a long time, old one.
Oh, it's you, Master Alucard. What do you need?
I need your help.
Young Master, I cannot aid one who opposes the Master.
You won't go unrewarded.
Really? In that case, just tell me what you need.
And give me all of the monies.
I'm interested in this.
I'm interested in selling this.
Thank you.
I'm interested in this.
Oh, it can do
I'm
that.
interested in this.
Destroyed by Richter in 1792, 5 years ago. Blood skeleton revives due to blood-soaked bones. Bat, vampire bats, feared as servants of evil. Zombie, fresh corpses, magically animated. Merman, legendary creature. Attacks all invaders. Strong versus H2O. No shit. Skeleton, magically animated skeleton. Warg. Wolves, which guard castle entrance. Bone scimitar, ferocious skeleton swordsman. Merman, fireball spitting merman, largest of mermankind. Spittlebone, four-legged skeleton, drips poison. Axe Knight, low-level Axe Knight. Bloody Zombie, Eastern Church soldiers dispatched 300 years ago. How very specific. Slinger, bone-hurling skeleton. The Ouija table! Possessed Ouija table. I don't think that the Ouija board existed in the 1790s, but I could be wrong. Thornweed, plant with razor-sharp leaves. Gaibon, fire-breathing flying demon. Slogra, demon with enchanted spear. Diplocephalus, nauseating two-headed beast, which is the head. Fleaman, strange human-like creature. Medusa's head from Medusa's hair. Bone musket, skeletons equipped with rifles. Medusa head from Medusa's hair, can petrify. Stone rose, mutated plant, seeds petrify. Axe Knight, well-armored Axe Knight. Bone archer, skeleton archer equipped with bow. I like how very direct these explanations are. Doppelganger 10, shape-shifting demon. Skeleton ape. Animated ape skeleton hurls wooden barrels. It is indeed Donkey Kong. DK! Donkey Kong is dead! Spear guard, armored warrior with Naginata. Spellbook, book of beginner spells. Ectoplasm, physical manifestations of bodiless tormented souls. Sword Lord, knight armed with greatsword. Huron, headless skeleton, wields a rapier.
I'm interested in this.
Ooh, can open locked blue doors. Magic missile! Pocket throwing knife. Library card, enchanted library card. I don't know what that means, but okay. Saber. Well, I'll tell you this. The Jewel of Open is probably important, so I'll get one of those.
Thank you.
Castle map. Magic Scroll 1. Contains Dark Metamorphosis. I don't think I'm going to bother buying any weapons or such. Let's just by stuff like the Magic Scroll and Castle Map.
Thank you. Thank you.
1776! The amount of gold I have left. You know what? Let's buy that saber. It'll make things a bit easier.
I'm interested in this.
Unfortunately, I can't sell any items other than that. It'd be nice if I could sell all my, useless weapons, but that does not seem to be the case. Be back to talk to you later, old man. Hopefully this will make the going a bit easier. Oh, come on. Oh, this is what I was thinking about. Heal hit points by shedding blood. How does that work? Okay, so I have to do a half circle from left to right. Talk metamorphosis! Problem with that is, I think I need to fight enemies that bleed for that to work. And I doubt I'm going to be finding any of those here. Come to think of it, I'm actually pretty close to dead, so I should hopefully find a save room soon. Although, come to think of it, I do have a potion, but I don't know. I like hoarding items. What can I say? Ooh, fairy scroll. So what does the fairy scroll do? Displays enemy's name. Okay, it's dead. I thought that thing was just lunging at me. From hell's dark heart, it stabs at me, that kind of thing. Okay, I think the nearest save room is right up to the top, the nearest one I can get to safely. How many potions do I have, anyway? Only one. Alright, never mind. I suppose I could always buy more off of the librarian, but... I'm gonna kill every last one of these stupid ectoplasms. Problem is, I think there's a couple more of those goddamn Duran skeletons here, aren't there? Yep. Okay, luckily it only takes 2 hits to kill them now, so I might be safe. Ooh, rapier. Not better than what I have. What kind of attack pattern does it have? It's not really. I'll hang on to the Bastillard for moments where in-close quick fighting is required. Let's get to the top of this area without dying. mean, this'll help. Though it legitimately seems as if the elevator wants to kill me, but eh. I'll come back down and check out what's behind that door. Let's not fight that guy. I can fight him on my way back down, when I know I'm not going to have to restart everything. Save! Data saved. And I got 100 hit points even. Nice. Ah! It's on you, you can't reach me. Behind this door is... Okay, this is just a, Oh, this brings me down here. Cool. Cool beans. Well, that'll help me explore down this way, I guess. Max up! Let's go right. Oh yeah, I forgot that stronger enemies start taking up residence in the rest of the castle the further along you get. Makes sense. You do have to backtrack a bunch, so... Not that the bloody zombies are all that strong, but... They're better than the base skeletons that were here earlier. Oh, I can't go over that way. Never mind. Wait, is that a... Yeah, it's a room down there. Oh, wait, no, I know where that is. I don't think I can reach it yet. Here, let's go this way. Yeah, the first magic door I saw was over to the left there, so let's go to that one. Oh yeah, there's nothing there anymore. Never mind. Yes, this way. As far, I haven't really found too many things that would require a wolf form. Oh, I want my holy book. Keeps the bloodlust at bay, don't you know? hit up the save room because paranoia. Last thing I want is to get blindsided by something that just wrecks me. Data saved. I want the book. Hey, you can't beat me, Blue Door. Hello again.
So, we meet again, Alucard.
It seems so.
As friendly as ever, I see. It's strange. This castle is different than I remember it.
This castle is a creature of chaos. It may take many incarnations.
So I can't trust my memories, huh? Oh well, I'll do my best. Good luck.
See ya. I like how Alucard actually comes up with a half-ass explanation as to why the castle doesn't look quite the same in every game. It's like, oh no, the castle's alive and it changes. So those are some very, oddly erotic angel statues, just saying. Just saying. And then of course I end up in the Royal Chapel, because what a thing for a vampire to have. That voice acting is great though, isn't it just? Bizarrely, it kind of helps that Alucard sounds like he's very aloof all the time. He does have the voice of a man who sounds like he's seen some shit. And considering he's about 4 centuries old, yeah, he kind of has. Oh no! Although granted, he was asleep for quite some time. All this weird religious imagery that Dracula's got going on here. Hack at his shins! I don't think I can destroy the spiked ball, I just need to avoid it. These stairs are hell on my knees. Oh, I don't like the sword thing. I think I remember this being a pain. There we go. Nothing the good book can't fix, though, apparently. What's up the stairs? Of course, the problem here is if I go back out this way, I'm gonna have to fight the spectral sword again. Yes, sir. Maybe I'll be lucky and I'll drop something good this time. Ah, damn. Ah! Abuse the good book! Okay, you know what? I think I need to use that potion. Ah! There. Oh, it's a puppet sword. Excuse me. Whatever's over here better be good. The goggles! Do they do something? Comfortable eye protection. Oh, they increase my intelligence. I mean, it's good, I guess. We're gonna go out on a limb here and say best PS1 game music, period. To this day, Symphony of the Night still gets quite a lot of praise for its soundtrack, and rightly so, because it's really, really good. I'm not going to fight you again, sword. I'm just gonna keep running. Well, all the music in basically every Castlevania game is pretty stellar anyway. Time for me to confess, I guess. Okay. Apparently my sins were too great. Alucard sitting there like you don't give a shit. I don't know if there's any other purpose to this. It's just like a weird thing that happens in the game. There must be some pretty tall goddamn trees outside. Pretty high up in the castle at the moment. Great freeze frame from that skeleton. Oh, the clouds are freaking out like you wouldn't believe out there. Skillerang! Let them go. That ain't normal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go from there. Go up here, I mean, to jump down there. Tiny man pushing larger man. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to knock that out of the way that way, but no, I'd probably need a specific thing to do that. Let's carry on and hope I don't die. There doesn't appear to be a save room nearby, so... Ah! The birds! Shit. I think the birds are going to kill me. What's this way? Death. Death is that way. I do not have the ability to deal with that yet. Yeah! Blue Raven. For whom the bell tolls, possibly me. Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, if I didn't find a potion or something soon. Silver plate. Good enough to eat off of. Now I'm gonna be super shiny. Oh, and a halberd. See how you like it! Of course, my hand is empty, but, you know. Okay, what's down here? The answer is nothing. Oh, goddamn bird. The bell school's in. Do we have any goodies up here? We have a sellable goodie. Delicious zircon. Nom nom nom. No, the bat! Ow! Stop that. Is this a boss? If this is a boss, I should have come at this area from the other way around. 'Cause it's been a long time since I saved. Well, I've got a potion at least. It's a hippogriff. It doesn't seem terribly tough, though. Ah! Well, at least not until it does that, I guess. Oh! Pretty kick-ass mural behind the hippogriff, but, you know, I'll admire it more after this creature is dead. Yes! Hello again.
Impressive. You're very strong.
What is it
Did you just stand there and watch me fight this thing without helping?
You're right. Do you know the name Richter Belmont?
Richter?
Of the Belmont clan? Of course, but...
He disappeared about a year
Little
ago.
8-bit Trevor
And
Belmont.
I'm sure he's here. If you see him, please let me know.
As you wish, my lady.
Thank you. So, you do know how to be a gentleman.
Alucard's been asleep for so long, his memories are even in NES sprites. I mean, Maria, you came this way. You think you could have killed these creatures for me? Just saying. But where would the fun be in that? this a save room? Oh, thank God. I'm not as terrified now, at least. Ooh, what's that? A bladed instrument, you say? It's not quite as good as the one I already have. Sword of the English Navy! I think I'll stick with my saber, thank you. I gotta love those well-placed save state locations. Yeah, see, because I think the game anticipated that I would come from, like, the right-hand side where this save location is. It probably anticipated I would go from there this way, and then I would fight the hippogriff shortly after that save room. But I went backwards, so, you know. Ooh, floaty crystal thing. Nah. Stick with my holy book, thank you. It's a pretty groovy tune, I believe. A little bit too close. Castle Keep. Now they tell me the name of the place. This probably leads to another one of those waypoints. Yeah. Where does this one take me? Or do they bring me on a circuitous route all the way through? Yeah, that's what they do. Let's go back up to the keep, I guess. I probably won't be streaming too much longer. Maybe I'll go another 15 minutes or more. Try to explore more of this area. Although if I end up dying horribly, I might cut this shorter than that. Ooh, what's that? Tearfing. Cursed Dark Sword. No thank you. I think there's a specific thing I can do with that to make it uncursed, but I can't recall what that is. Oh boy, turkey. Delicious. Been there, done that. Gonna keep streaming till I die. Proceeds to die 2 seconds later. And that's when you know, stay true to your word and you nuke the entire stream. It's like, nope, we're done. Obtain the leap stone. I do what I think it does. Where it can do a double jump. I like that his wings, his cape kind of turns into wings when he does the double jump. Also, by the time this game is done, Alucard is wearing like several hundred pounds of jewelry because of all the relics. No, I don't think I can actually go up there. Not that way, at least. Meaning if I want to explore the rest of this area, I've actually got to use the warp zone over here. Although with this double jump ability, there's a number of things I should be able to access now. Like, I think there were a number of things in the library I couldn't quite get before. Maybe. I don't know, we'll go up and explore the rest of the keep area first, though. Yeah, right here. I'm gonna have to swing by the library again, though, see what new things I can buy and sell off some stuff. Nah! Wait, he dropped a sword. Oh, it's cutlass. Kind of useless. Already have one. Not better than what I have. Wait. Well, I have the double jump, I can go get this. Nice. Wait, isn't there one further down I can try to get to? I can't recall. I know there was one other like that somewhere else, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Backward slide. Ah, the clock tower. Oh my! Skull Lord! Oh, this is the place that has the kick-ass soundtrack. Thing is, I think this is a relatively small area, so you don't really hear the song that much. Or rather, it could also be that I don't really have the ability to explore much of this area yet. So maybe I wasn't supposed to come around this way. No, I don't. Ah, so I was supposed to go to the Hippogriff via the way I did. At least I think so. Oh no, I might be able to progress further this way. Ah! At least I would if that didn't happen. Yeah, this is a good track. Flail guard. Failing impotently. Pentagram. Magic missile. Damages all enemies. Shoots a magic arrow. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of cool stuff up there, but I don't know how to get it. Probably have to wait and come back when I get the ability to fly. You know, being a bat and all. Ah! Now this is a classic clock tower area. The classic extreme frustration of nothing but Medusa heads. Oops, all Medusa heads. Would I be able to land on them from here? Oh, not quite. I don't have just... I'm missing just enough oomph to get to it. Still, it wouldn't hurt to go back up that way when I do get the ability to turn into a bat. Oh yeah, water hurts Alucard, I forgot about that. You know, with him being a vampire and all. And the whole crossing running water and that. She kicked a knife at me. I cannot recall what that does. Ah, damn. Damn! Nope! Oh wait, no, I don't want the holy water. Oh wait. Do I want to use a potion? I should probably use a potion. Okay, I think that might open up that door. Or maybe that opens up that door, I don't know. Ow. Yeah. Don't worry about that later. Right now, let's just try to get through this place alive. Yeah, whatever, I'll keep the holy water. Although the holy water appears to be pretty useless in this game. Or, you know, maybe not. Wait, what? Wait, what? I killed you, you stay dead. Well, if I'm not careful, I'm going to stay dead in a minute. Don't want to use another potion as soon as this, but... don't I have like a super duper one? There we go. Wait, didn't I just use a super potion? Aren't I? Wait, what? No, it's a strength potion. That's what it was, not a super potion. Never mind. I need to read the descriptions. Oh, healing mail. What's that? I like the sound of it. Restores hit points while walking. Thank you. Why do I get the feeling it's not going to be very much of an immediate thing, though? I didn't really lower my defense that much. What are these guys pointing at? Well, they're pointing at enemies I don't want to fight because I don't want to die. Over this way. I don't know. I'm not going to explore that yet. Okay, they're pointing at destructible objects, I guess. Oh no. I just walked headlong into a boss fight. That's great. Yeah. Magic missile! And a pentagram, sure, why not? I have no idea if that did a lot of damage. Probably did nothing. Oh wait, I've got a turkey. Eat the turkey. Eat the turkey and live. Do I have anything else that will help? Fuck it, let's throw a shuriken at the thing too. And miss. Nothing for it but to just try not to die. Actually, will my shield stop those feathers? Because that will help. No, no it does not. Oh, I'm dead. Because they're not feathers, they're crows. Oh, have I got it stuck in a loop? Please say I've got it stuck in a loop. Oh, I think I may have screwed it over here. Perfect! Hooray! I cheesed it! Delicious cheese. Well, okay, now that I'm back to full health, let's go back and see if I can check out that, this area over here. Yes, how do I get over there? By getting myself mauled after nearly dying, yes. Whoa! The enemy noises in this game are great. Oh, this is how I get over there, I guess. Wait, what? Apparently the double jump's not good enough for that. Yeah, let's stick with the dagger for a bit. Can I get over there from here? Yes, I think this is the way I have to go. Damn it. Thing is there actually anything of use over here beyond just random items? The answer is, maybe not. No. No, there's not. Oh well. Let's mosey along. Although those things, they seem to be pointing in this direction, but I could be mistaken. The statues. Well, whatever. Not gonna worry too much about it. Oh boy, $1. Where is this? This seems ominous. This is around the area one would have to fight death. Except this is the area that leads up to... I think this is the area that leads up to Dracula's room. The Falcon. Better than the one I have. Yes, by a little bit. You know what? That's probably going to have to do for now. I started a bit later than I originally anticipated, and I've got some stuff needs doing, so that's going to be a bit of a short stream. Let's take a look. See, because there's something I can do here, but I feel like I'm going to want to devote some time to it. And, yeah. At least I think I can. It's an interesting way this game screws with you, that anyone who knows anything about the game, it's not going to fool you. But if you've never played this game before, like if you played this game when it first came out, yeah, it can really mess with you. So I'm going to leave you on that little cliffhanger until next time. Do I have anyone I can send you over to? Oh, let's take a look. I Am Jeff is playing Suikoden 3. There we go, I'll send you on over to him. Let me set everything up here. Alright, so I'll switch back over to the webcam here for the ending. Alright, so I don't know when the next time I'm going to get to stream is. Hopefully it'll be, I don't know, sometime during the week, maybe like a Tuesday or maybe Thursday, and then I'll be able to carry on with some more Yakuza 0. Because I'm so close to finishing that game, and I really want to, you know? I just need to, you know, do the 50 million side quests that are still left. That's all. That's all, right? That's all. So yeah, if you happen to stop by to watch, I thank you very much for doing so, and hopefully you'll find folks to join me next time. And until then, as always, I wish you a farewell, and I hope you have a great day. So, yeah, send you on over to I Am Jeff. So long for now.